Now let us take some extra concept required for J Advanced. They're not asked very frequently, but as an advanced student you must know, because sometimes they ask applications in J Advanced questions which are normally not at all given in NCERT or your normal textbooks. So in this case one concept is coming, effect of temperature on the rate constant, and then effect of temperature, and we can take on this calculation of your rate constant variation with temperature, and then we can take variation of K equilibrium with temperature, that how for the reaction the value of Kp or Kc can change on changing temperature. That equation derivation we already discussed, that log Kp2 by Kp1 is delta H by 2.303 R T2 minus T1 by T1 T2. That is coming from the Van 't Hoff equation. So how to derive this Van 't Hoff equation? Using Arrhenius equation. If you take in the reaction, we are using here Arrhenius equation. Arrhenius equation will come in chapter again in chemical kinetics, in class 12 chapters there chemical kinetics, where we see effect of temperature on the rate constant. This equation gives effect of temperature on the reactions rate constant. Okay, so let us write equation. What is the equation? Equation is K is the rate constant is equal to A into e power minus EA by RT. K is equal to A into e to the power minus EA by RT. In the given equation, what is K? K is called as rate constant of the reaction. It signifies basically effective collision frequency. It signifies the number of effective collisions per unit time or effective collisions frequency. And A is called as Arrhenius factor. Arrhenius factor, also called as pre-exponential factor, or it signifies the collision frequency of the molecules which are having proper orientation. And in the reaction, EA is called as activation energy. Activation energy. R is gas constant, T temperature. R is gas constant, T is temperature to be taken in Kelvin scale. Temperature in Kelvin scale. Now in writing expression for the forward direction rate constant or the backward direction rate constant, we need to understand slightly more about the activation energy. Already given the, if you remember theory part, I gave an expression that it is reactant suppose taken, it is product P, it is the heat of reaction delta H as enthalpy of product minus reactants. This will take energy and the reaction progress. Now for the forward and backward directions, how to relate the activation energy? I already made the clear meaning of activation energy. When reaction takes place, they need to cross one energy barrier. They should have energy at least equal to or more than threshold energy. They should have energy at least equal to or more than threshold energy. This is called threshold energy. Now for the forward direction, it can be taken activation energy, and for the backward direction, it can be activation energy. If I write graphically, if R is reactant, P is product. In the given case, reaction progress is given. If for the forward direction, it can be taken activation energy. It can be taken as EAF, activation energy of forward direction. Then for the backward direction, this can be taken as your activation energy. If for the backward direction, this can be taken as your activation energy. And you can just relate this expression taken as what? Delta H. What is delta H? Is the enthalpy of products minus reactants. If you take from this expression also can find here, और मिडिल में क्या लिख सकते हैं इसको है threshold energy. I'm not writing threshold energy, already discussed. So you can take from this expression that for the reaction delta H is equal to enthalpy of product minus reactant, and it is EAF minus EAB. EAF minus EAB will also give the heat of reaction. What is EAF? Activation energy of forward direction. What is EAB? Activation energy of the backward direction. What is EAF? Activation energy of forward reaction, and EAB can be taken as activation energy of backward reaction. EAB is taken activation energy of backward reaction. EAF for the forward reaction, activation energy. तो दोनों में ये रिलेशन है कि डेल्टा H of reaction is equal to EAF minus EAB. Okay. Now this information is known to us. Once we will use this expression KF and KB. We will use the expression of KF for the forward direction rate constant and KB for the backward directions rate constant. Okay. So in linking this effect of temperature on the K equilibrium, we will use this expression Arrhenius equation to get one expression equation which is called as Van 't Hoff equation, Van 't Hoff isothermal equation also. Anyway, let us discuss. So let us now take derivation part. Already I told you that we will use Arrhenius equation for the derivation of expression to see effect of temperature on Kp Kc values. So let us write first for the forward direction. We can write Kf as the rate constant, AF collision frequency factor for the forward direction into e power minus EAF by RT1. We have taken T1 temperature. At T1 temperature, Kf can be rate constant, AF for the forward direction collision frequency factor, e power minus EF. What is EF? Activation energy for the forward direction at T1 temperature. At T1 temperature. And then for the backward direction, you can write Kb is equal to how much? AB e power minus EAB upon RT1. At T1 temperature, we have written this expression. Now, taking ratio of Kf by Kb, this ratio can be taken K1. This ratio of Kf by Kb can be taken as K1, and this K1 is how much? AF by AB into e power, क्या हुआ इसमें? EAF minus minus EAB means I can write here EAB minus EAF upon RT1. Kf by Kb at T1 temperature can be written as AF by AB into e to the power, ये आपका माइनस था तो माइनस माइनस प्लस कर देंगे उसके यहाँ पर, तो EAB minus EAF by RT1. Okay. Similarly, at T2 temperature, we write expression of K2. This K2 will be how much? AF by AB into e to the power EAB minus EAF upon RT2. Expression, let's say 1, it was expression number 2. Now if you take dividing equation number 1 by 2, dividing equation 1 by 2, we can write here this K2 by K1, K2 by K1 is equal to क्या है इसमें AF by AB, they will cancel out. What remains? E to the power EAB minus EAF upon R 1 by T2 minus 1 by T1. K2 by K1 we can write here 1 by T2 minus T1. Okay, or we write log base 10 or log natural, तो K2 by K1 is equal to EAB minus EAF by R 1 by T2 minus 1 by T1. This relation is what here? It is minus delta H. We discussed right now. It is minus delta H. Since we know that delta H of reaction is equal to EAF minus EAB, so we can write here EAB minus EAF is how much? Minus delta H. You can put this expression here and write it again. ln K2 by K1 is equal to minus delta H. If you write again it plus delta H by 2 by R 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. अब देखो ना इसका, यहाँ पे था आपका माइनस डेल्टा एच, आई एम एट प्लस, तो प्लस मीन्स वी कैन राइट हियर 1 by T1 minus 1 by T2. This was the expression we have used. This was the equation we have used for seeing the effect of temperature on Kp Kc values. To see the effect of temperature on Kp Kc values. If I write log base 10, then how we write expression? Log K2 by K1 is delta H by 2.303 R. We get T2 minus T1 by T1 T2 as a expression already given in to see the effect of temperature on Kp Kc values. इसमें क्या होता है, अगर आपका यहाँ पे Kp2 है तो यहाँ पे Kp1 लिखेंगे, अगर यहाँ पर Kc2 है तो यहाँ पे Kc1 लिखेंगे. यहाँ पर मीन्स क्या है, दोनों आपका सेम टर्म्स होना चाहिए, दोनों Kc1 का दोनों Kc का एक्सप्रेशंस या दोनों Kp का एक्सप्रेशंस आपको यहाँ पे लेना पड़ेगा. डेल्टा एच ऑफ द रिएक्शन, डेल्टा एच टेकन फॉर द रिएक्शन एंथैल्पी चेंज. ओके, so this expression derivation is given or shown to you using Arrhenius equation. Okay, next topic can be taken in required for you for J advance. We can take equations called as Van 't Hoff equation. It is equation called as Van 't Hoff equation. How this equation we can derive? See, we have discussed earlier that for the reaction, what is delta G naught? Relation of delta G naught with the reaction K equilibrium क्या था? Minus RT ln K equilibrium. And we know further that for the reaction, what is delta G naught is equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught. Under standard conditions, delta G naught we can write delta H naught minus T delta S naught. Equation let's say 1 and equation number 2. When we equate two expressions, we can write from here minus RT ln K equilibrium is equal to delta H naught minus T delta S naught, or ln K we can write will be how much? Minus delta H naught by RT plus delta S naught by R. आपका साइन को यहाँ ले जाएंगे तो आपका माइनस ले जाते हैं. So it is one way of writing this expression. From here ln K equals minus delta H naught by RT plus delta S naught by R. यहाँ तक क्लियर हुआ? अब आगे क्या करें इसमें? We can then write here differentiating above equation with respect to temperature T. What we get expression taken here? That expression taken as D ln K equilibrium divided by dt is equal to delta H naught by R T square. This expression taken here D ln K equilibrium by dt is equal to delta H naught by R T naught R T square. This equation is called as Van 't Hoff equation. This equation is called as Van 't Hoff equation. Okay, dln k equilibrium is by dt is equal to delta H naught by R t square. Now in this case, one equation more will be helpful to us. Equation number, let's say I am writing as equation third. Before we write equation of this Van 't Hoff equation, equation number 3. Equation 3 can be helpful to us to draw the graph which are called as Van 't Hoff plots. Okay. So we can take some graph using this expression. So let us use equation 3 for drawing some graph. The graphs are called as Van 't Hoff plots. We can take this equation. Now in this case, we know this delta H naught and delta S naught, they remain almost constant, in given temperature range, in small temperature changes or range. They normally varies, but in small change of temperature, small temperature range, the value will not change. They will remain constant, remains almost constant. When they remain almost constant, we can write in this case, this equation can be taken as equation of straight line. We can write here in this form. So for this straight line plot, we can draw the graph of two categories for two types of reaction. One can be taken for endothermic reaction and one for exothermic reaction. If we take the graph for endothermic reaction, what happens in endothermic reaction? Delta H is positive. So we draw the graph ln k equilibrium versus 1 by temperature for straight line plot. Slope can be taken how much? Minus delta H naught by R. And what is intercept? Delta S naught by R. Now if we take for endothermic reactions, delta H is positive. So when delta H is positive, the term taken minus delta H naught by R, क्या हुआ? Should be less than 1. Negative, so the slope will be negative. For endothermic reactions, the plots drawn for ln k versus 1 by temperature will all have negative slope. अब देखो ना, delta H naught positive होगा, तो ratio taken delta H naught by R, it is negative, less than 1, sorry, less than 0. So less than 0 means it is negative, so slope will be negative here. So in this case, slope will be how much? Minus delta H naught by R. Formula same रहेगा. And what can be taken? Intercept along the ln k axis. Delta S naught by R. Similarly, if you take for exothermic reaction, what happens in this case for exothermic reaction? इसमें क्या होता है? डेल्टा H नॉट क्या होगा? नेगेटिव. Reaction heat is when reaction occur, heat is evolved. Delta H naught is negative. When delta H naught is negative, then what happen? Delta H naught by R minus plus become positive. So in this case, the slope is positive. So in this case, we can take slope relation आपके सामने रखेंगे minus delta H naught by R, but will have positive slope because delta H naught is negative, तो negative plus हो जाएगा इसलिए. And what is intercept? Will be same delta S naught by R. This kind of points can be required at all, or in fact question have been given to you in JEE Advanced on this graph. Okay, what is the nature of graph for endothermic reaction or for exothermic reaction we can explain mathematically using this expression called as van 't Hoff equation. Okay, I hope it is clear. आपका इक्वेशन का एक पार्ट है, उसी का उसके पहले वाला पार्ट ये आपका एक्सप्रेशन आएगा इसमें. This expression will help you. This given graph or plots are called as van 't Hoff plots. Okay, so there are some extra points required for your JEE advanced concepts. Okay, so let us take some questions of advanced level in topic chemical equilibrium. Okay, write down a question. आप क्वेश्चन लिखिए क्वेश्चन. अमोनिया अंडर ए प्रेशर, अमोनिया under a pressure of 15 atmosphere, pressure of 15 atmosphere at 27 degrees Celsius, at 27 degrees Celsius is heated to 347 degrees Celsius, 347 degrees Celsius in a closed vessel, in presence of a catalyst, in a closed vessel in presence of a catalyst. Full stop. Under these conditions, ammonia is partially decomposed according to equation. आपको इसमें इक्वेशन दिया है, ammonia decomposed to form N2 gas plus H2 gas. 2 NH3 gas give N2 gas plus 3 H2 gas. Full stop. आगे लिखिए. The vessel is such that its volume remains constant. The vessel is such that its volume remains constant, whereas pressure increases to 50 atmosphere. 50 atmosphere. Full stop. Calculate the percentage of ammonia decomposed. Calculate the percentage of ammonia decomposed. Okay, read the question carefully and then try this question yourself. Okay, now to solve this question, let us see. We are given two things here. First point given what here? There is change in temperature. Initially we are having temperature 27 degrees Celsius. On heating to 347 degrees Celsius, first there is increase in temperature, and then when the temperature increases, ammonia start decomposing. And now you can see from reaction, 2 moles of ammonia give 4 moles of the gas mixture. आपको देखो इसमें 2 moles क्या दे रहे हैं, 1 mole plus 3, 4 moles of the gases. So when the reaction take place of the ammonia gas decomposition, number of moles of the gas mixture increases. If for the mixture number of moles are increasing, pressure will increase for that region as well. So in this case, pressure increase for 2 regions. First region can be taken increase in temperature, and second region can be taken increase in number of moles due to ammonia decomposition. Okay, so let us take here this calculation purpose. First you can take when your temperature, initially when your temperature 27 degrees Celsius or 300 Kelvin temperature, you have how much pressure of ammonia, कितना आएगा इसमें, 15 atmosphere. On heating when we get temperature 347 means when we add 347 plus 273 कितना आपका हो जाएगा केल्विन स्केल में 0 2 620 Kelvin. When we have temperature 620 Kelvin, if we assume that ammonia does not decompose, then without reaction for ammonia alone, they should have how much pressure? Only for rising temperature. We know for the gas, pressure is directly proportional to temperature. or P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2. From here, what is initial pressure? 15 atmosphere. Initial wave temperature 300 Kelvin. What is P2? When we have temperature 620 Kelvin. 620 means you can take from here 31. So P2 will be coming how much? 31 atmosphere. If we assume that reaction of ammonia does not take place, only for rise in temperature, what is happening here? For the ammonia alone, pressure is increasing and becoming how much? 31 atmosphere. Pressure is becoming 31 atmosphere. Okay, so pressure is how much? 31. Now if it is taken, it is without reaction. It is without reaction. If you assume initially there is no reaction, when there is rise in temperature, reaction take place. Now before reaction occur, only for rise in temperature, for ammonia gas pressure increase to 31 atmosphere. Now when reaction take place, what happens? Pressure decrease of ammonia. You can take at equilibrium. Pressure is how much remaining of ammonia? 31 minus P. If you assume there is no reaction, now when reaction take place, for the N2 gas, how much will be pressure? P by 2. कैसे 2 mole give 1 mole? So decreasing pressure P will produce N2 gas at pressure P by 2, and for hydrogen 3 by 2 P. In the closed vessel, already I explained to you in the closed vessel, for the gas pressure is directly proportional number of moles. So ratio of number of moles and pressure will be same. For ammonia, pressure decrease by P, N2 and H2 pressure increase by P by 2 and 3 by 2 P. कैसे रिएक्शन अब देख लीजिए, आपको 2 मोल देगा 1 मोल, तो प्रेशर देगा आपका P से P by 2, 2 to 3, तो 3 by 2 P is the pressure of the H2 gas produced in the reaction. समझ में आया ये? अब आगे देखिए, what is total pressure at equilibrium? This plus this plus this कितना आएगा सर? ऐड करना है फिर 31 plus minus P plus P by 2 plus 3 by 2 P. It's coming how much? It is how much? 4 by 2 is 2 P. It is 31 plus P. So this 31, what is total pressure here? 31 plus P is equal to how much? 50 atmosphere. From here P will be how much? 19 atmosphere. Then what is alpha? What is degree of dissociation? By definition, it is number of moles decomposed by number of moles taken initially. Now in this case we are not given number of moles. In this case we are not given the number of moles. So what we take here? Pressure directly in place of number of moles. So what is decreasing pressure of ammonia? P by initial pressure 31. Is your answer? If it is taken percentage, तो into 100 का देंगे इसमें. Let us first find fraction wise. Means what is percentage alpha? What is P? 19, 31 into 100. When you solve, that is your answer. Okay? You can calculate the answer. Okay, so write next question. Write down. लिखिए. At 1200 Kelvin temperature, sorry, degree Celsius. At 1200 degrees Celsius, the following equilibrium is established. The following equilibrium is established between Cl2 chlorine molecules, Cl2 molecules and chlorine atoms. Cl2 molecules and chlorine atoms. I'm writing reaction here. Cl2 giving Cl atoms. Okay. Chlorine molecules and Cl atoms. Full stop. आगे लिखिए. the composition of the mixture at equilibrium, the composition of the mixture at equilibrium is can be determined by measuring the rate of effusion, of the mixture through a pinhole, full stop. It is found that at 1200 degrees Celsius and 1 atm pressure, the mixture effuses 1.16 times as fast as krypton, 1.16 times as fast as krypton under same conditions, full stop. Calculate the equilibrium constant Kc. Calculate the equilibrium constant Kc for the reaction. Calculate the equilibrium constant Kc for the reaction. Okay, so try this question yourself. For krypton you will take atomic mass. For krypton, what is atomic mass? 83.8 is given to you. Okay, so let us take the solution of this question. To solve this question, now again seeing the given question, initial number of moles are not given to us. अगर आपको initial moles नहीं दिए तो क्या लेते हैं? 1 mole. So let us take initial moles 1 of Cl2. यहाँ 0. What is moles at equilibrium? 1 minus alpha, 2 alpha. Total moles can be taken how much? 1 plus alpha. Okay. Now in this case, for this mixture, what is average molar mass? It is molar mass, initial molar mass by total number of moles. Because initial mass will be how much? 71 will remain same. Moles increases, that can give the molar mass of mixture. For calculation of Kc for the reaction, we need to find in this question what here? Kp first. Because Kc के लिए क्या कोई रिकॉर्ड होता है? Number of moles and volume of container. Number of moles and the volume of container आपको नहीं दिया इस क्वेश्चन में, तो हम क्या करेंगे? पहले हम Kp निकालेंगे. एंड फॉर Kp कैलकुलेशन में क्या चाहिए? अल्फा का वैल्यू चाहिए. P दिया है 1 एटमॉस्फेयर. अल्फा कहां से निकालते हैं? जो हमारा अगला पार्ट है क्वेश्चन में, हम क्या यूज करते हैं? ग्राहम्स लॉ. इफ यू टेक फ्रॉम द ग्राहम्स लॉ ऑफ डिफ्यूजन, फ्रॉम ग्राहम्स लॉ of diffusion, you can take rate of effusion of mixture by krypton, root of molar weight of krypton 83.8 divided by molar mass of mixture unknown is equal to how much? 1.16 times. On solving this equation, we will get the molar mass of the mixture. क्या लिखा ना? Under same condition of pressure and temperature. From Grahams law, what we say? That the rate of diffusion or effusion of a gas is inversely proportional to square root of its molecular mass or vapor density or simple density of the gas. Molar mass or vapor density or the density of gas. Using that point, for the mixture molar mass is not known to us. We can find from here. Once we know the molar mass of the mixture, we can find the alpha value. We can find the value of alpha, Once alpha is known to us, then for Kp we can think of expression. तो Kp का expression क्या आएगा इसमें 4 alpha square into Pt by 1 minus alpha square. It is just like the reaction of N2O4 giving 2NO2 gas type example. When we take moles by total moles into T total is partial pressure of chlorine atoms in gas phase. For Cl2 also 1 minus alpha by total moles into Pt is for Cl2 partial pressure. Ratio can give the Kp expression, this one. Now we know molar mass from here of the mixture. Then put the molar mass here, we get the value of alpha. Alpha is getting from here, then Pt is given to you. Pt कितना आपको दिया क्वेश्चन में? Pt given is 1 atmosphere. Putting Pt value, Pt and alpha in the given expression हम क्या निकाल पाएंगे? Kp का वैल्यू. आपको पूछा है Kc, तो Kc के लिए क्या एक्सप्रेशन होता है? Kp is equal to Kc into RT power delta Ng. For the reaction is delta Ng, 2 minus 1, 1. So when delta Ng is 1, then for the reaction is Kc, Kp upon RT, power 1. So Kp will come from here. You can put the value of Kp here, then RT. R will take 0.0821 because splitting temperature, pressure 1 atmosphere, R 0.0821. Temperature in Kelvin scale लिखा है how much? 1200 degree Celsius. तो make it Kelvin देनेगा 1473 केल्विन. Kp आप निकालेंगे यहाँ से, यहाँ Kp पुट कर देंगे तो हमारा Kc रिएक्शन में निकल जाएगा. समझ में आया कि नहीं क्वेश्चन में? आपको इस क्वेश्चन में ग्राम्स लॉ को यूज करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि मिक्सचर का मोलर मास, मिक्सचर जो दिया है गैस मिक्सचर का मोलर मास आप डायरेक्ट निकाल नहीं पाएंगे अल्फा के बिना नॉलेज के. और आपको दिया है कि मिक्सचर इफ यूजेस 1.16 times as fast as krypton does under same conditions. That means from this comparison we get the molar mass of the mixture. Once we know the molar mass of the mixture, we find alpha and then Kp and then Kc. Okay, calculation can done. The answer should come here. Final answer should be coming in this question as 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 4. Is your final answer. That should come as your correct answer of this question. Are you clear? Fine. चलिए write next question. लिखिए. Writing question. To 500 ml of 0.15 molar AgNO3 solution. 500 ml of 0.15 molar AgNO3 solution were added 500 ml of 1.09 molar ferrocyan's 1.09 molar ferrocyan solution and the reaction is allowed to reach the equilibrium at 25 degrees Celsius. आपको रिएक्शन दिया क्वेश्चन में उन्होंने Ag plus ferrocyan's give Ag metal plus ferric ions. Ag plus ferrocyan give ferric ion plus Ag solid. Okay, आगे लिखिए. For 25 ml of the solution, 30 ml of 0.0832 molar potassium permanganate KMnO4 solution. 0.0832 molar KMnO4 solution were required for oxidation. 30 ml of 0.0832 molar KMnO4 solution were required for oxidation in acidic medium. In acidic medium, then calculate Kc for the reaction. Calculate Kc for the reaction. Reaction आपको दिया हुआ है at equilibrium. Okay. So try this question at your own, and then we see solution. Now to solve this question, we can take aqueous solutions given all aqueous solutions. यहाँ पर क्या है? Ag is solid, so Kc expression solid is not involved. So what is initial moles? Let us take moles. How to find moles here, or can I better term millimoles? How to find millimoles? Molarity into volume in milliliter. Molarity दिया 0.15 into 500. कितना आपको जाएगा ये? 75 millimoles. It is how much? Ferrocyan's 1.09 into 500. कितना आपको जाएगा ये? 545 millimoles. Initially, there is no product, leaves Ag. Ag is solid. For solids, active mass remain constant 1, तो लीव सॉलिड्स. हम क्या लेंगे इसमें? केवल सॉल्यूशंस. आयंस को लेंगे इस क्वेश्चन में. अगला देखिए, now that the millimoles at equilibrium initial, then what is millimoles at equilibrium? What is millimoles at equilibrium? 75 minus x, 545 minus x, they give x moles. आपका बैलेंस रिएक्शन है. 1 मोल कंज्यूम 1 मोल, तो 1 मिलीमोल कंज्यूम 1 मिलीमोल्स है. x मिलीमोल कंज्यूम x मिलीमोल्स, and give x millimoles of ferric ions. Give x millimoles of ferric ions. Are you getting this point? So now, for what purpose solution require? Potassium permanganate. This solution is required of KMnO4 to oxidize whatever ferrous ions remaining unreacted at equilibrium. We require the solution of potassium permanganate as oxidizing agent. It can oxidize ferrous ion to ferric ions, whatever is remaining in solution unreacted. So to find this amount here, after this amount calculation, you can find the x value and then concentration and then Kc. So how to solve this question here? Let us take here. थोड़ा स्पेस कम है, फिर इसे लेते हैं. देखिए इसमें क्या रिएक्शन के अकॉर्डिंग मिली इक्विवेलेंट ऑफ ferrous ion unreacted will be same as milli equivalent of KMnO4. ठीक है. Now for ferrous ions n factor कितना मिलेगा? 1. For KMnO4 what is the n factor value? 5. So n factor 5 means you can take reaction wise millimoles. What is milli equivalent of ferrous ions? Let us write here 545 minus x. n factor 1 है तो same as millimoles. How much required KMnO4 solution? 0.0832 into n factor value 5 into volume 30 ml into अब क्या करेंगे इसमें? देखिए after mixing the total volume of solution will be how much? 1000 ml. On mixing, the total volume of solution become how much? 1000 ml. 1000 ml. From that, how much for reaction taken for reaction? 25 milliliter. देखो ना दोनों का वॉल्यूम, इसका था वॉल्यूम 500 ml, इसका वॉल्यूम है 500 ml. दोनों मिक्स किया आपने सॉल्यूशन में, तब आपका रिएक्शन हो रहा है यहाँ पर. टोटल वॉल्यूम बिकम हाउ मच? 500 ml. From that reaction taken 25 milliliter, that consume this much of KMnO4. Then for total volume 1000 ml, we need how much of KMnO4? This much. From here what is unknown to us? X. From here unknown to us is x. आपका x का वैल्यू निकल जाएगा. x क्या है? millimoles of ferrous ion consume. तो once x is known to us from here. Now what is known to us? X value. अब निकाल लीजिए इसका आंसर. आई एम नॉट डूइंग कैलकुलेशन पार्ट, आप अप्रोच बता रहा हूँ कैसे करना आपको है। आप यहाँ से x का वैल्यू निकालेंगे पहले, फिर व्हाट इज कंसंट्रेशन एट इक्विलिब्रियम, कितना है कंसंट्रेशन एट इक्विलिब्रियम, मिलीमोल्स बाय टोटल वॉल्यूम 75 माइनस x, व्हाट इज टोटल वॉल्यूम 1000 ml, यहाँ पे कितना होगा 545 माइनस x बाई 1000 ml, यहाँ पे कितना आएगा x बाई 1000 ml, मिलीमोल्स बाय टोटल वॉल्यूम इज योर कंसंट्रेशन, मिलीमोल्स कितना है, टोटल वॉल्यूम कैसे अपने का 1000 ml, we are mixing two solutions whose each volume is taken 500 ml, total volume will be how much, double 1000 ml. Once we know concentration, then for the reaction Kc will be how much, concentration of ferric ions divided by concentration of Ag plus into concentration of ferrous ions. आप इसको ऐसे निकाल पाएंगे आंसर को, ठीक है। तो putting all the values you can get from here answer. This calculation, after this putting values you can get the answer approach. So in this solving this question your answer should be coming 3.14, आंसर पे आना चाहिए 3.14 moles per liter inverse. So I hope it is clear. आपको इस क्वेश्चन में डेटा इनडायरेक्ट दिया हुआ है, आपको इस क्वेश्चन डेटा इनडायरेक्ट दिया हुआ है। हमारे पास रिएक्शन करना था कैमरा 4 का, इसका फैक्टर 5 है, एसिडिक मीडियम है, तो किससे रिएक्शन करेगा कैमरा 4, इसका रिएक्शन हुआ खाली फेरस आयन से। आपको ये पॉइंट आपको यहाँ सोचना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। आफ्टर यू थिंक ऑफ दिस पॉइंट देन क्वेश्चन सॉल्विंग इज नॉट ए बिग इशू। आई होप इट इज क्लियर। ओके, राइट, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन देखिए आप लोग, रिडन द डिग्री ऑफ डिसोसिएशन, the degree of dissociation of HI at a particular temperature is 0.8, at a particular temperature is 0.8, at a given temperature is 0.8, full stop. Calculate the volume of of 2 molar hyposolution, 2 molar hyposolution required to react with iodine, I2 at equilibrium when 1.35 moles each of H2 and I2 are heated, H2 and I2 are heated in a closed vessel, at same temperature, given the volume of vessel is 2 liter, आपको रिएक्शन पेपर दिया है, you know reaction is common, H2 plus I2 will 2HI, same reaction can use. Okay, तो you try this question yourself, try कर लिया। तो let us write the reaction first here। क्या लिखा है पहला, reaction of dissociation of HI, when HI will dissociate क्या देगा आपको रिएक्शन में, HI will give H2 plus I2 at equilibrium, तो initial moles you can take 1, alpha mole dissociate, तो what is alpha, 0.8, how many mole they give, you can select 1 minus alpha by 2, आपको दिया है क्वेश्चन में अल्फा का वैल्यू 0.8, you have given alpha 0.8, तो कितना आपका मोल्स रहेगा 0.2, 0.4, 0.4, alpha by 2. In this case for the reaction delta Ng is 0, आपको सारा गैस में रिएक्शन होता है, all are gases, Then when for the reaction delta Ng is 0, Kp, Kc both are same and volume terms are cancelling out. So for the reaction Kc will be how much? Concentration of H2 into I2 by Hi square. Total volume also will be cancelling out, so leave the volume part. 0.4 into 0.4 by 0.2 square. So how much is value of Kc coming on solving? कितना है इसमें 0.16 by 0.04. That's coming here 4. For the reaction Kc value coming how much? 4. Okay. Once for the reaction Kc is known to us, then we come on second part of question. अब क्या लिखा है? Reaction of H2 and I2 to form Hi, meaning backward reaction होगा इसमें. क्या हुआ इसमें? Backward reaction. हमने क्या किया है? Reaction of H2 plus I2 to give Hi. Write the backward direction. For the backward reaction, what is Kc dash? 1 by Kc. That's 1 by 4. It is not that for the backward direction, what is Kc value? 1 upon previous Kc. So we have first Kc 4. Then for this backward reaction, what is Kc dash? 1 by 4. Then for the reaction, what is H2 and I2? 1.35 moles each. What is moles in the air? Out of which x moles are reacting, they give 2x moles of Hi. X moles are reacting, they give 2x moles of Hi. Now in this case, which compound can react? Likha already. Iodine is reacting with hyposolution. Already given this point to you, that for the reaction of iodine, we will consume hyposolution. So our aim is to first get the value of x. तो reaction का होगा Kc dash कितना पड़ेगा? Concentration of Hi 2x का square. देखिए volume terms will be cancelling out, तो leave the volume part. 1.35 minus x same है, तो square कर दीजिए, is equal to 1 by 4. Is equal to 1 by 4. From here you can find the value of x. From here the value of x you can find out. Now as per reaction of iodine and hyposolution क्या होता है? Gram equivalent of iodine is equal to gram equivalent of hyposolution. For hyposolution effector value 1 we have discussed in stoichiometry. क्या था आपका stoichiometry में? For hyposolution effector value is 1 and for iodine effector value is 2. तो कितना है इसका effector 2 लेने के बाद 1.35 minus x into 2. ये moles हैं, तो effector value is gram equivalent for hyposolution. 2 molar hyposolution. आपको वॉल्यूम निकालना है, वॉल्यूम इन लीटर्स. फॉर हाइपोसोल्यूशन effector value is 1. So molarity is same as normality. For hyposolution molarity is same as normality and this part can solve for the volume. देखिए आपका x यहाँ से निकाल चुके होंगे, इस एक्सप्रेशन से x की वैल्यू निकाल लेंगे. जब x निकल जाएगा यहाँ x वैल्यू पुट कर दीजिए. Putting the value of x here in this expression, we can find the value of volume of hyposolution in liters. On solving this volume come how much? The answer for this question given is 1.08 ml. That volume is coming on solving 1.08 liters as your answer. The volume on solving coming 1.08 liters on solving this question. I hope it is clear. Okay.